Hey, this is Jason Major with Sweaty Heroes Comic Bargains, and we're going to look at the letter F today. Alright, we have Fallen Angels, which is an X-Men spinoff. We have Fantastic Four by Mark Waid and Mike Wieringo. Mike Wieringo also did a lot of Robin comics. And he was a fantastic artist. I love Mike Wieringo's book. Look at that pie in the face. That's awesome. We got Mark Waid and Porter on. I think that's probably Howard Porter on Fantastic Four. This has legacy numbering, so that helps. That's Dwayne McDuffie. Dwayne McDuffie, who's famous for doing some episodes of Justice League Unlimited back in the day. Got Fantastic Four, War of the Realms. Then we have New Fantastic Four, and this is a variant cover. And New Fantastic Four, back in the 90s, was Grey Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider, who I do not see on that. Yeah, Ghost Rider's on the cover. He's a little small here, but he's on the cover. But anyways, this is a mini-series kind of celebrating that storyline. Batman, Fear State, Alpha. Sometimes you have these Batman miniseries where you have to check and you say, okay, is it under F for Future State, for example? Future State is under F, but I would rather put it under B for Batman. This got misplaced. I think I would rather put it under B for Batman. And then when I look in the back, I found that it said Batman, Fear State, Alpha. So it actually is B for Batman. But it's an example of how sometimes you can get mixed up when you're looking at it, because you might be looking at the bargain bins, and now for me, when I file them under, I would file them under Batman, but I should mention that when you're going through bargain bins, you might find something like this under F for Fear State, or if it's Future State. So it is good to, if you're looking through bargain bins, to look through all the letters, because you don't know what gold you might find in that's been misfiled somewhere else, not under the character's name, but under the event's name. These are old issues of Fighting Army from the 70s and 80s by Charlton Comics, so that's kind of cool. And they're war comics. Fighting Navy, but these were designed for kids for the most part. But kind of cool, to see these kind of stories, and these are obviously in rough condition, but for something so obscure and so old, although it really feels like the paper quality feels really older than even some of the, if you were to find Marvel books in the 80s and 90s, but it's kind of cool to me. Fire and Ice miniseries, Fish Police, which was not by Marvel. This is a Marvel comic, but it was created by Steve Moncouse, it looks like. And I guess they just licensed that title out. I don't think this was meant for kids. I think it was meant to be kind of the same vein as the Simpsons when they were trying. I think they tried to do a Fish Police cartoon. This is called Flare. It's one of the obscure titles that I just thought was interesting looking, because it's superheroes. So once in a while, I'll pick up an obscure superhero title. The Flash Brightest Day crossover. New 52. This is from New 52. Gorilla Grodd Flash, but it is Flash number 23.1. Jay Garrick the Flash. Technically, it's under J, but I put under Flash Jay Garrick. Frankenstein by Mike Mignola. So this is part of his Hellboy universe, I think, or at least it's from the same writer. And then Future Birdman, Hanna-Barbera. I had a look under here, and it said Future Quest Presents. So Hanna-Barbera Birdman. So I put that under F as well. So as you can see, we had a lot of Fantastic Four, and the one thing I would say is that, again, sometimes with Fantastic Four you'll see the legacy numbering, and sometimes you don't. So just watch out for that, because with Fantastic Four it goes back and forth from legacy numbering, then it'll go to like rebooting entirely, and then you won't see the legacy numbering on the at the top right corner, and back and forth again. So you might want to watch out for that when you're filing that comic book. But some great reads. I look forward to reading a lot of the Fantastic Four stuff, as well as New Fantastic Four. Also, I would highly recommend going and checking out the original New Fantastic Four storyline that's from the 80s and 90s. You can find that in Epic Collection and other formats as well. And you can find the single issues. They're not that expensive, but you can find them too. All right, stay sweaty.